Gibby, I think we can all agree, like, immediately, S tier.
I think Fuse is a very C tier.
Caustic's one of the best legends in the game.
She is nothing useful for this game's meta.
What's up, North YouTube? We are here, me, Beats, and Lim, here today to rate all the legends in Apex Legends and put them in a tier list and who we think are the best and the worst, and talking about each and every individual legend, see where we would put them, and in a specific order in each rank. I'm ready when you guys are, because I have a lot of thoughts to say about a lot of legends I do not like.
All right, you're on the left, Jewel, so you can start.
All right, with Ashe, me personally, I think she's like all right, but like nowhere near S tier. I would probably put her at like bottom of A personally, because like her abilities are good, but she's one of those legends that only serves good for herself. Like even though her ult does teleport the whole time, that just puts you sometimes at a choke point and you can't leave. So most of the time, I just see Ashe mains use it as an escape option more than like a team-based thing. So I don't see her being S tier.
Yeah, I'll agree that she is also an A tiered up character. Okay, you can start with Bangalore.
I'd say we put Bangalore in, I'd say B tier.
B.
I think
Okay.
recently, even in comp, you've seen Bangalore a lot more. I think with the right kind of player, Bangalore is really good, especially with her smokes. Like you can basically make it in even the end zone without being seen because you have smoke, and if you have digits on your side, which enemies probably won't have because why would you with Digi really have anybody with smoke? I think with the right player, she's really good, but with anybody else, she's kind of bad.
All right, so Bloodhound I think is A tier. Pretty simple
Yeah,
character.
that's an immediate A tier for me.
Scans radius is pretty big. The ult is like just a dangerous ult. You get it pretty efficiently too, especially with like a single ult excel. So well-rounded character, pretty basic. Can't really go wrong with it. Very noob friendly.
Very true. Caustic, one of my least favorite legends in the game, but I'm gonna try and keep this as like non-biased as possible. I think Caustic as a whole is like either right above Ashe or right below Ashe, because depending on your map, specifically aiming towards Stormpoint, most of the time you can't really do much with Caustic. But on maps like World's Edge, where everything is covered and you can put that around a lot of corners where people can't see it, Caustic's one of the best legends in the game. It's fully just based on which map he's playing on, but like well-rounded overall, especially with Fortified, because that does so much for a legend like him. Like he is a big target, but those traps, like if you're not really paying attention to them all that much, or if you get caught in a corner, like let's say bunker on Kings Canyon, you're pretty much dead. Like that's always gonna hit you. So like overall pretty solid, but it is based on what map you're playing him on.
I like Crypto a lot as a legend. Like I like the lore behind him. I like the abilities he has. I'd say he's still B tier. He's kind of a hard character to use for most people. The drone is like pretty sensitive, easily shut down. So like the way you move it, where you place it, EMP somebody, when you EMP somebody, where you place yourself, all of that is. You need to think about a lot of things when you play Crypto, especially like in a ranked mode or like a competitive environment. It becomes a lot more important. Very useful though, which I think that's what makes him B tier. He's very useful, but he is pretty hard to use overall.
I think Fuse is a very C tier. His ult is very niche. It's like a decent to good ult, but like in scenarios where it's an outdoor ult, or if it's like around something, or you wound up just, or they're just like little things that could just push that fire up or away or something, you'll be able to get away from it. It's nothing too out of the ordinary. I think his abilities are more annoying than they are impactful in a just a general setting. It may be in comp, you'll see a couple of fuses, yeah, because you could nade spam grenades, you could use your Q and keep trying to knock people out, but that's because people are like staying in one spot for the whole time. 95% of the time, all you have to do is move away. You can even do a lot of damage to a fuse mid Q, mid ult, mid whatever. He's kind of just like a walking Overwatch character. The abilities don't go as fast as Overwatch, so you're kind of just like fucked if you get shots.
Gibby, I think we can all agree like immediately S tier, right? Because he has it all. This man, this is a game that gives you 3 abilities, and this guy has 7. He has a better version of Bang's ultimate, where it covers like a slightly smaller area, but impacts instantly, still keeps you stunned. His tactical prevents you from being damaged from any direction for like, I think 12 seconds, I think it is, which is really good.
This one's a hard one for me. I'm not really sure actually. At the moment, I'm deciding between like S tier or A tier simply because bottom S tier, high A tier, somewhere.
I would say bottom S tier just because her ult's a free kill. Lifeline. I think Lifeline is probably the worst character in the game. She is nothing useful for this game's meta.
Since like Lifeline is technically the default character of Apex because that's the legend they start you off with in the training and everything, I can see this. Even with the changes, like I probably wouldn't say D, but like right behind Fuse and C, because the Doc Drone can save you from dying from one bullet that like would kill you, because if it heals you right at the same time as a bullet would kill you, it will keep you alive, which is something I figured out for a while. All right, Loba. I made Loba from season 5 to basically 12 because I dropped her for Maggie in 12. Loba is definitely one of the legends that has been slowly rising up in the tier list, because I think in season 5 she was only like a C tier legend, and now I'd honestly put her top of B for the fact that she has a very unique escape option where it's like you kind of have to aim it, but it has a little bit of travel time before you can get there, except for the fact when it doesn't want to work, which has happened a lot.
All right, Lim, you got Maggie.
I'd say put her in C tier.
I think Mirage is like a very underrated character. I think he's on like the same level as Bangalore. He has such a simple kit.
I don't think he's better than Loba though.
Keeps him at B tier.
Alright, Octane. Definitely the king of movement in this game, I would say. Obviously, fastest run speed with his stem. His ult now, the way that they've changed it, so it goes so much further, both vertically and horizontally. Really good, in a sense. I would put him, like, right under Bloodhound, for me, personally.
I think Pathfinder's become more useful. He's not really anything that special, so I would say like B tier.
Rampart, I think, is definitely a B tier character. Rampart's recent buff was probably like the greatest thing that she would need to make her just a regular legend. Like, I don't even think it's like necessarily OP. I don't think it's definitely not too crazy. It's just sufficient enough to be used outside, because I think that was the biggest issue with her at first, in my opinion, was that a legend that could build walls, but you can't be used too well outside because you're just gonna get your walls are fucked.
Rev, I will say, for starters, is way better than when he first came out, because I remember when the totem, when you got out of it, it only gave you 1 HP, and sometimes you just died to zone because of it. Like, I feel like he's like somewhere in between B or C, but I don't know where.
I definitely think Revenant's a B character.
I think he's definitely A tier.
A tier?
I'll put him about, man.
Consider is A tier.
Think it's A tier?
Yeah, just because his ult gives you all X all around for pretty large area.
I definitely thought he was an S tier legend.
I think Valk is S tier. I don't care about that stupid spinning shit. It's still good.
All right, Watson. I love Watson, but personally, just the way the meta is now and how she fits into the rotation, I would put her right above Loba, because the only thing you really see her used for now is the fact that on World's Edge, she just covers a zipline.
I think Watson is C tier.
I think Brave is A tier.
Me too.
Just the ability of her ult being able to go back and forth is really useful. Especially like the one thing that she's really popular for in like competitive is like end zones, like the heal off you can do, like the extra non-damage you take by going into the ult.
I think Newcastle is a C. I just think
Really?
I think he's a little too undiscovered, but Newcastle is way too niche. His ult is okay. It just overlooks the fact that I could block that door, but now I can't do anything with that. I could do this, but now I can't do anything with it. His Q is super good. He's too fucking big. He's just not a good defensive legend alone, which doesn't make sense. If you play in a defensive legend 1 out of 3, I shouldn't feel like I still need to play Newcastle with a Gibby or with a Watson or with a Rampart.
Yeah.
Like, I shouldn't want to feel like I need to play Newcastle with another defensive legend. That's all she wrote then.
This is the North Apex tier list.
Know the shit on my body, she wanna go crazy, yeah, I said okay. Too much rock up in that double got low key, I cannot think. No more Mariah Carey, let it chop and sign your eagle bang. And nobody near that Batmobile, I'm feeling like Bruce Wayne. Know the shit on my body, she wanna go crazy, yeah, I said okay.